Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing today? Coming on for this evening's Tyra's Just Saying. Hope everybody is doing well today. I am putting up some graphics. I learned how to put stuff up, y'all. I'm trying to be big time. Trying to blow this thing, y'all. So what's good? Hope everybody is doing well today. I had a guest booked. However, my guest will not be coming this evening. So, because she's not coming on. Happy Sunday, Chantel Branch Speaks. How are you? So my guest this Sunday is actually in traveling mode. And so since she's in traveling mode, I said I was still coming on. Y'all know me, I still do my thing. Hey, Janelle Self Care. Hey, Buffy Bling and Shine. Buffy, we need to get you on to talk about your bling business, girl. And Chantel Hair Studios. Yes, how is everybody doing? So tonight I said, since I was coming on live anyway, I said y'all know me, I'm doing my little cookie sale as usual while it's still Girl Scout season. However, I wanted to talk about this event that I was having, that I'm promoting, that I'm doing on Zoom next Monday, February the 7th, right? So what I'm doing on Zoom is called, again, for those who don't know me, my name is Tyra Gardner. I am a psychotherapist out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hey, Evie Marie, how are you? So the meeting I'm having, after I finish talking about this, anybody who wants to come live to talk about their business is more than welcome to come live tonight. We could talk about your business, talk about some of the things you have going on. I don't know. I know I got a lot of stuff around here that I need to get rid of, so I might play a couple games. Yes, y'all, play a couple games and get rid of some things, and because I have a lot of products and stuff from various co-hosts that I've had on the show, various guests. So I definitely want to could bless some of y'all with some of these items that I have around here. So, but getting started with first I want to talk about Hey Girl, Heal Thyself. So, heal thyself is a healthy self. And so I decided that it's a lot of things going on out here, and I feel that I'm doing stuff for men as well, but I got to start with the ladies first. And the reason, because lately has been a lot of women that has not been feeling okay, and that sits, and that to me does something to my heart, because as a woman, I feel like we should be able to have somebody that we can come to, that we could talk to about some of the things that we're experiencing. And my thing is, I just want people to be able to sit down and be able to talk about some of the things that they are going through. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this event on February 7th. It is a free event, right? And so I will be talking about, I'm doing it as a support group. And so with the support group, we'll be talking about everyday struggles. We'll be talking about things that a lot of women are going through, because believe it or not, a lot of people feel that they don't have anybody out here that they could talk to about some of the issues that they're going through. I wasn't going to do it on Instagram because I did not feel that this is a proper platform to have a support group. That's why I'm hosting it in Zoom. Okay. And so, because of that, I just figured, we need to do this. I mean, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about, being overwhelmed. As a woman, we have a lot of struggles. Hey, Libra, don't tip my scales. Hey, Muffin. Hey, Jess Kimmy, how are y'all? We need to be able to talk about things such as when we feeling discouraged in our personal life and in our business. Times when we feel like quitting and giving up. I think everybody has had a moment where they have been experiencing something like this, and with everything that's been going on through this pandemic, we definitely need to talk about a lot of the things that have been plaguing us that we cannot talk about with everyone else. You can talk to your family, but you only want to talk to your family about but so much. As we've seen in our African American community this past couple weeks, suicide has been on the high. And this is an issue that we definitely need to discuss. You know what I mean? Just looked online a few minutes ago and saw that, one of our sisters, one of our female sisters, took her own life. I guess yesterday or today, and that's very sad. And the person who did it was Miss USA 2019, Chesley Christ. She apparently she did leave she jumped from her New York City high rise, and yeah, and so this is definitely something that we need to talk about. You know what I mean? This young lady did leave a note behind and everything to her mother, leaving everything to her mom. But it just, it disheartens me that things got to this level for this young woman. When you look at her career path, she was an attorney. She had, she was Miss USA, so that told you right there that she was beautiful. But when it comes to depression, suicide, when it comes to things like this, it doesn't matter how you look. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. It doesn't have no face. Suicide has no face. It doesn't care about your, financial status. It doesn't care about any of that. When a person is feeling in a lowly place, nothing matters. And it just, I wonder if this young lady was getting any help. When I look at, what was going on with Regina King's son, did he get, all of the help? But at the end of the day, when a person has their mind set on what they're going to do, they will be a completer. Okay? And, and it's just shocking, it's shocking, but not shocking, because we have been under this whole, quarantine, pandemic, and all these things over the past 2 years now, since March 2020. And now here we are. We're at the end of January of 2022, and where we thought shit was supposed to change, it hasn't. We are still in the same situation that we were in before. It's just now some of us are doing better with navigating and being able to navigate how we feel and how we will handle the situations moving forward, how we are handling being with having to get vaccinations and traveling and COVID testing. And, we know now that this is potentially going to be our new norm at this point. And so knowing this is like now, okay, being in that moment and being able to be in that acceptance stage, because right now that's the stage that all of us have to be in, being able to accept what is happening and being able to acclimate this to our lives, whether we want to or not, and so right, and it is worse for some people. It's a lot worse for some people, Muffin. You are exactly right. And it's just and it's being able to have someone that you can talk to about these things. And a lot of people, believe it or not, are suffering in silence. There's a lot of people out here suffering in silence, and my thing is, you don't have to suffer in silence. We have people out here that are willing and able to help, each and every one of you, when you are feeling sad and, and things aren't going your way, I know, for men, we do have Black Men Heal, which I will pin their information at the bottom in my comments, so that if any of the men want to, need help with that, because we know men don't really like to talk about things, I'm actually going to add them at the bottom, right? So this way, for those who want to follow, definitely, follow them. Follow them, contact them. If you know any men that's struggling, contact them so that they can, help you find a therapist. Black Men Heal provides, hey D, how are you? Hey Larry, how are you? They provide 8 free sessions to to men, to black men who may be experiencing some kind of a depression, or you don't even have to be depressed. It could be things going on and you just need somebody to talk to. Now for the ladies, they did start a support group calling that they call Heal with Our Men, and that just started on Saturday. In the meantime, I was like, you know what, I have to get my grind going at this point. You know what I mean? Because I have been wanting to start a support group for women for a long time now. This is something that has been near and dear to my heart for the past 5 years. And, and I feel right now is the time. Over the past couple weeks, I was sick myself. And throughout everything that I was going through, because I had that little COVID thing. It was like people were contacting me for help, and I'm not going to turn nobody away. If you need help, I'm going to talk to you, and make sure that you're okay, because I feel, that's my duty, as a psychotherapist, to make sure that everybody is physically and emotionally well. And I know the past couple weeks, everybody's like, I've been getting messages. Are you okay? You haven't sent out the Friday message. I'm fine. I'm doing great. I haven't sent out the Friday message because I have been a little bit busy. I've been more busy than usual, and so I said I have to get back on that, and so moving forward with February starting, I will start back to getting back on that Friday message and everything, because I didn't realize so many people was looking forward to it. And it's so funny because my Friday message started, hey spiritual, how are you? My Friday message, right, it started out when I had pneumonia in July of 2019, right? And I was watching something and I was watching something on TV, and they was like, oh, you should check on people and see if you're well. And I was sitting up here sick as a dog, and I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to be perfectly honest, nobody checked on me. The only person checked on me was my family. I'm going to keep it real 100 with y'all. My family and maybe 3 friends checked on me. And I just said, you know what? I said, but thank God I had the love of my family and my friends to check on, the 3 friends that I had to check on me, I said, but at that point, I was just like, you know what? It's a lot of people out there who don't have people to check on them at all. I said, so I need to start doing this. I need to start sending out messages and checking on folks, because I'm pretty sure out there is some people that are not well. So at this point, I said, let me start doing this. And so I started out sending out with my phone contacts, and I sent out maybe about 20 messages. And let me tell y'all, it didn't go all that great the first 20. Some of them folks was like, what the hell are you texting me for? So those folks, I was like, off the list. Not doing that. I don't need that kind of negative energy. And so with that going on, what's up, gossip and heifers? With that stuff going on, I said I wasn't doing that. So I just said, okay, so I was, knocking people off the list and started adding stuff on. But then as time was going on, I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to start doing this a whole lot more. And so I started sending out messages on Facebook through Facebook Messenger, right, to a lot of people. And then when I started having a little bit more presence on Instagram, that's when I started, sending messages to everybody on here. I got a couple of people that was a little extra, right? But let me tell y'all, I just let them be extra because I could care less, okay? I knew they would be on the chopping block where I'm like, okay, you know what? Off, and off. You know what I mean? My thing is at the end of the day, people wanted personalized, customized messages just to them. Well, guess what? When people are checking on you, sometimes, first of all, my list that started with a number of 20 grew to a number of 500 that I was sending out every Friday. Okay? And I'm a one-woman show, sending out 500 messages every Friday. So that's when I said, you know what, let me fall back for a minute. And that's when I started slowing down, and doing what I needed to do, for me. Because believe it or not, I do have a life outside of social media, and I know look, once we got through all this, okay, Larry, I will put your name in yours. Your name will be in yours, Larry, because I got to make sure you good. But in the meantime, I was like, I was trying to, put it out there so that I could actually make sure that everybody is well, And so that's my whole spill on that one. And so I know you are, so am I, Larry. And so what's Miles up to? Is he doing good? Hey, Marley, how are you? And so, so with all that being said, I just, that's what's been going on. And so this is part of the reason why I came up with doing this support group starting on February the 7th at 8 p.m. because I feel as though we as women need to be able to talk about the things that are plaguing us, and it don't have to be just relationships, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, I know one support group, they're focusing on the relationships that you're in, failing to realize is not just relationships, it's everything. It's situationships, relationships, situation, financial, is everything, and right now people are experiencing a lot of stress, and so I just feel as though we should definitely, be able to have this conversation and be able to talk about things that is plaguing us, Oh, good. You and Miles had y'all dance contest. That's awesome. He is a sweetheart. Oh, you and little Miles. And so I don't know who got Girl Scout cookies in ATL. I got Girl Scout cookies here in Philly, and I'm shipping. And everybody that ordered last week should have got their shipment by Wednesday of this week, between Wednesday and Thursday of this week. Because all Girl Scout cookies that ordered through me was mailed on Monday morning. And everybody should have got their orders by between Wednesday and Thursday of last week. So, but I do have Girl Scout cookies here in Philly for sale. Let me know what you need. $4 a box. We cheaper than all the other states, y'all. We $4 here in Philadelphia. And so I will be and I'll be shipping out some tomorrow because I actually got some orders in last night. You got your cookies, Janelle? Good. So yeah, so we definitely, want to do that. And so what was happening was this evening, hey Tony, what's going on? What was happening was this evening was my guest that I had for this evening had to cancel last minute. And so I said, nope, I'm still coming live because I do what I do. So, you know what, Marley, I think we got like 3 inches or something like that, but we got something. I was out there messing around in that damn slow. You got about a foot? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we got quite a foot, but it was about it was enough for me to be outside having the daggone shovel. I was like, are you serious right now? This is about a hot mess. Ain't nobody got time for that. So it is what it is. So yeah, it was fluff. It was like really, really light snow. So it was really, really fluff. So I'm glad y'all safe up in North Jersey, Marley. Definitely. And so, yeah, but other than that, that's all I've been up to, y'all. And I said tonight I would do, y'all know I always do an evening of if you want to promote your business when I don't have a guest scheduled. If anybody wants to promote their business or if you have an event or something going on, you are more than welcome to join me in the live to talk about what you're going through, what you're doing, what you have going on. If you have an issue that you want to discuss this evening, you could definitely come through and we could talk about what is happening in your life without talking about too much, because Lord knows we don't want everybody all up in your DMs telling all your damn business and all that other stuff. So, but that's the topic tonight is pretty much healing thyself. Heal thyself is a healthy self, and we definitely need to be able to have a healthy self, because if we're not healthy, we're not good to nobody. You know what I mean? And that's just facts. We got to make sure that we take good care of ourselves, and be able to have those difficult conversations. I know my sis, Dr. Candace, comes on Friday night and she has those difficult relationship issues, questions that, oh my gosh, and people be, talking about that. You know what I mean? But what we doing tonight, what I'm doing tonight is if anybody wants to promote their business or promote what's going on, you're definitely more than welcome to, how that dude say, cam up and talk about your business, Yeah, Sundays is my day. I said, because Sundays is the wind down, and I try to have our wind down so that we could do our end the week on a positive note or start the week on a positive note. Spiritual, you hear me, right? Talking about some daggone cam up. Ooh, we know some of these folks on here is, very comical. But however the case may be. But yeah, definitely wanted to promote that. Yeah, I was just talking about that, Marley, about how Miss USA 2019 committed suicide today. It was very, very sad, and it was just like, I just wish, I know she had somebody to talk to or somebody to help her. Yes, it was so sad. We have to definitely be able to, talk to her. I wish she had somebody to talk to about everything that she was going to, but we don't know the backstory, don't know if she actually was in therapy, but want to be able to, to provide that kind of information for everybody that's watching. Any therapist or anybody that you want to, if you need a connection, definitely send me a DM, and we'll definitely get you the information that you need for so that you can get the help that you need. Yeah, so many people are suffering in silence. There's a lot of people suffering in silence. And the funny, hey Perry girl, how are you? And and that's the sad part about it. Hey Classic C Gems, that's the sad part about it. So many people are suffering in silence, and we definitely need to make awareness, of this, to let it's okay to not be okay, but it's okay to also seek help and to get therapy for the things that is plaguing you. We don't want anybody to suffer in silence, and we don't want anybody to suffer alone. We want people to be able to, be able to share their story and talk about it. Yes, some are suffering in silence. That's why it's good to come up and tell your story. Yeah, I mean, some people will come up and tell their story and some people won't, and that's definitely got to keep that private, but one thing, if you're not okay, it's okay to say you're not okay. And you're right, Spiritual, it is, especially in men. And that's why I tagged at the bottom at Black Men Heal, because at Black Men Heal right now we're operating out of pretty much all, a good number of states, at least 10 states I believe now. And we provide I'm one of the providers with Black Men Heal, and we provide free therapy services, 8 free sessions. Hey Nikki, how are you? Eight free therapy sessions for that, for therapy. And yeah, and I think it's good, good, and it's a start, but when it comes to therapy, as a therapist, yes, we are out here strong. Tony Purnell, Lightworker, definitely follow him. He's also one of the providers with Black Men Heal also, and he's also a therapist. So as y'all see, I got a male therapist in the comments. So if there's any males that need to reach out to someone, definitely hit Tony up. Because sometimes not sometimes, I know there are some issues that men go through that we as women therapists cannot handle. Okay, facts is facts, and there's some things that men go through that they be like, "Oh, I don't want to know all that," and yeah, and that's where us women therapists come in. And so, with that being said, just being able to have that conversation with someone, when you're looking for a therapist, right? Looking for a therapist is like looking for any type of professional that you're going to work with. Everybody's not going to work right for you. So you definitely got to find the one that works for you. Okay, so I don't want people to think that just because you walk into a room that, oh yeah, this is going to be my therapist. No, not necessarily. You have the right to say, I don't want to work with them, just like the therapist has the right to say, I don't want to work with you. It happens. We know it happens, And so what's up, Red Posh Properties? How are you, Angelique? So with that being said, we definitely have to be mindful of that. Being able to say when we're not doing okay. So, do I have any yeah, you gotta shop around, Tony. You gotta shop around. Please, you gotta look at it like it's the damn shop right. Because if it's not the right fit, if it don't fit, don't force it. And that's a big problem that a lot of people have too. They will make something technically work when it don't work. You know what I mean? And so I thank you, Larry. I'm doing the best I can, sir, to hold Sundays down. So I'm doing it. So, so I just said, let me, let everybody know what's going on, and definitely if you're not okay, just send me a DM. Everything is kept in private. I did take a Hippocratic oath, so I don't run my chops. Okay. So, just want to keep it 100 with y'all. And so, I can go from there and then I can go to the ratchet. So, let me tell y'all, the other night I'm minding my own. You said a football. No, I ain't got no football on. I ain't even got a TV on. TV just went off. So, let me tell y'all how some fool called my thing. Some fool gonna call my phone with an obscene phone call the other night. I was like, yo, we don't do that around here. So I was doing something and I was just like, I didn't answer the phone on time. And they go and say, how come you ain't answer the phone? And said all this. I said, you know what? I don't play them kind of games. I said, I don't play them kind of games at all. I was like, you will find out why I practice anger management if you call this phone again. So in the meantime, they blocked their number, so I couldn't trace it, right? Failing to realize, dumbass, I hope whoever did is passing through the live so they can find out that you can get a tracer for calls that is blocked on caller ID. So that's how stupid these folks is, right? Hey, Fran. Hey, Natasha. How are y'all? That's how dumb these dumbasses are. So I immediately put a tracer on that call. Okay, so they haven't called back as of yet. But you know what? At the same time, I'm waiting. Don't test me. And if it was somebody, one of the trolls that come through the live, don't test me. I am the last one. And I'm going to tell you, I'm the last one y'all want to fuck with. Yeah, I said it, and I know some of y'all like, oh, gosh, she cussing. Look, y'all know how I get when people, when you invade my peace, I come for you. So, I don't know who I'm coming from. Let me take spiritual. Look, they about to put me in another mindset. I'm like, don't mess with my phone. Don't mess with me. And the thing is, I have 4 phone lines, right? And so the number that they called on is the one that my line that I talk to people who are close to me on, right? So that's how I know it got to be somebody that I know that did that, you know what I mean? And it's like I have an idea of one person that would have pulled something like that, and I haven't, like she would have had some dude do it, and I'm like, you will get cut off. But I try to tell people, don't play with me. You know what I mean? I'm the last one to play with. Play with kids, don't play with adults. So. But yeah, so that shenanigan. I was trying to watch the shenanigans on IG Friday night. Girl, yeah, exactly, Gossip and Heifers, gangster. No, I'm not playing with nobody in 2022. And so, and it was just like, and they know half the people that I get down with don't play either. So that's why I was just like, I think that's what ticked me off the most. They don't play. They know they don't play. And so why would you try to even play those games with me? Like, So anyway, so getting off of that tangent from that, let's see. Nikki said, that's how I feel with my new guy. He's not my old lady, and it's just not a fit. Trying to give him a chance. Nikki, if you are in a situation with the therapist and you're not sure if that person works for you, don't force it. If you feel like it don't fit, don't force it. You could always ask them to provide you with somebody else. You know what I mean? Because the bottom line is we need you to be able to see somebody that you could actually interact with, somebody that you can actually, talk to your feelings. Because granted, we do have some therapists out there that talk at you, not to you. We don't like that. You know what I mean? And you got to make sure that the therapist, how can I put it, can experience some of the same things that you experience. You know what I'm saying? Not really experience some of the same things, but like my thing is when it comes to cultural competence, right? I need to know that they understand me as a whole. Like if I'm a black woman, like know that I'm a black woman and understand what black women go through. Like as a black woman, I see a therapist, but I'm not going to see a white therapist for my black issues because I know now have I seen white therapists? I have. I've seen a number of them, but I know a number of them wouldn't be able to understand a lot of the things that I go through. So I try to keep it with my race. You know what I mean? Because I know they would understand. Now, I'm not saying everybody is perfect when it comes to, practicing therapy, because there are some therapists out there that I will say, there's some out there that you be like, I ought to report you because you ain't right. But at the end of the day, you definitely gotta find a person that fit. Okay, he just doesn't help me with tools to use to help me with my issues. Right, exactly. And at the end of the day, you need somebody that be able to provide you with tools, help you create your own toolbox that helps you with the things that you are experiencing. Sometimes people try to put things on you that you're not. You know what I mean? Like I know I had a client one time tell me that they were at a facility, and the facility tried to label them as bipolar, and the person was like, I'm not bipolar. And it was just like and honestly, after talking to the patient, it was nowhere near bipolar. But they were looking, I said, sometimes people think they know, but they don't know unless they really sit down and talk to the person to really understand what they're going through. But when it comes to diagnosing, people will label you, right? And they will all based off of the behaviors that you might be exhibiting currently. Now, we do know there is a lot of things that happens with situations, right? And, specializing in anger management. I've been specializing in anger management now for over 6 years, I think, 6-7 years, probably longer than that. Y'all know I can't add because it's nighttime. However, when it comes to like for anger management, right? They are quick to say that we as women are angry, right? And when things go wrong and we start screaming and, yelling or having a moment, right? Having a moment, they'll label us as angry black woman. We are far from being the angry black woman, right? It's situations that happen that cause us to become angry. Now, will I say there are some people out there that is angry that, turn up at the drop of the hat? Heck yeah. There's a whole lot of people that turn up at the drop of the hat, right? But at the end of the day, that's not for us to keep calling them, to call them angry. You know what I mean? people have moments. Everybody has a moment. It's all in how you handle that moment, right? One of the things I share with a lot of my clients, when I do a lot of special practicing anger, anger management or whatever, one of the things I would tell them is, look, I would say the difference between me and a lot of y'all is, number one, I never got caught. Hello. I'm just, being honest. Can I turn up with the best of them? I can turn up with the best of them, but the difference is I never got caught. Okay. Have I been in situations where I could have? Yeah. So you know what? I'm going to give y'all a little anger management lesson tonight. Let me see if I can take that. Oh yeah. Yay. All right. So I'm going to go over some anger management stuff with y'all tonight, because that's one thing I have never done on my live. So tonight we're going to talk anger management, y'all. So, all right. How many types of anger management do y'all think there is? Throw some numbers in the comment. Throw some numbers in the comments, y'all. Let me see what y'all saying, what y'all thinking. How many types of anger management do y'all think it is? Do y'all think it is 1? Do y'all think it's 10? Do y'all think it's 20? What y'all thinking? 5? Okay. 3? Okay. 5? Okay. Okay, so I got 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got 10. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? All right. So when it comes to anger management, it's anywhere between 7 to 10 different types of anger management, right? And so, all right, so I'm gonna pull it up for y'all so I was gonna try to pull the pictures up so I can go over it with y'all, but I'm gonna just read from my notes here of what I got. All right, so the first type of anger that I'm going to give y'all is trait anger, right? Now, what trait? Trait. Now, the number of angers that we're going to cover this evening is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to cover about 7 types of anger tonight, right? So trait anger refers to a chronic, long-standing personality characteristic that shows up as an almost constant tendency to become angry at the slightest provocation. Okay, that's trait anger. Now we have state anger, right? Now, state anger refers to temporary, short-lasting outbursts of anger. People with high trait anger have very low boiling points. Now, I know we all on these lives and we see people with these boiling points, right? So this way y'all got an idea of what is going on with these people that we see, that we know and love, that is, turning up. Okay? Passive aggressive anger. Passive aggressive anger is one of the most common ways of expressing anger. People with this type of anger never directly say that they are angry. Instead, they tend to use sarcasm or forget to do things to get their anger across. This leaves people around them feeling confused while the passive aggressive person just sits there and look innocent. How many of y'all been around somebody with passive aggressive anger? How many of y'all been around, and how did that make y'all feel with this passive aggressive person? They done turned up. They done did their dirt. They did the dirt and acting like they ain't did nothing wrong. And then you the one looking crazy, right? Like, what the hell? All right. The next anger we have is paranoid anger. Feeling threatened by others or believing that everyone is out to get me. This is common with this type of anger. Now, how many of y'all seen somebody that had paranoid anger? Hell, we see paranoid anger on IG all the time. We see passive aggressive anger on IG all the time. Right. All right. Sudden anger. All right. So the term sudden anger means that the anger seems to come out of nowhere. All right. All right, ladies and gents. Okay. I'm going to go over this one more time. Hey, the evening experience. So for those that's joining us now, y'all know I specialize in anger management. So I am going over the types of anger that people experience. Now, I know when I get into this sudden anger, y'all going to say, oh my God, Dr. Tyra, this is somebody we all know. All right. So the sudden anger means that the anger seems to come out of nowhere, right? This type of anger tends to happen quickly and is usually over just as quickly, right? But it can leave a mass of destruction in its wake. The key factor in understanding this type of anger is the sudden loss of control. I said a mouthful for y'all there, and I know we see that all the time with folks having this sudden loss of control, right? And we sit there, I'm angry, I don't have any, you know what? You did not eat all those cookies. Don't be angry. Don't be angry. I got more. Look, I got more. Don't be angry. Don't be angry. That is too funny. Don't be angry. We got more. All right. So, anybody got questions about those few types of anger? Because we getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to head into the most common angers, right? I'm getting ready to go back into the next types of anger, right? So the next types of anger is the most common type of anger. Here's our common angers, y'all. Situational anger. When you become agitated, upset, and angry based on a situation you are currently experiencing. So if you've ever experienced situational anger, put a 1 in the comment. Okay, evening experience, but I might just look out for you because you cool. You cool peeps. So if you ever experience situational anger, put a 1 in the comment. And if you want to come on and talk about some of the situations that cause you anger, you're more than welcome to, come through, cam up, as they say, and we could talk about how the situational anger made you feel. It's like people don't realize that there are, all these different types of angers out there, when I have a lot of women in therapy for anger, I had one lady one time, I had to write letters. I write letters to courts and things like that for situations, right, that people might be experiencing. And when things are being taken from us, like our children, our homes, our jobs, things like that, those type of situations cause us to become agitated, upset, angry, aggressive, which is what? A form of anger. Are we feeling this way all the time? Absolutely not. It's the situation that got us this way. Okay, Marley, you said me watching someone being mistreated will make me... Girl, it makes all of us, you know what? It makes us all angry, but I'm going to tell you like this, right? When it's a situation, depending on the situation, right, of the mistreatment, we have to sit back and evaluate the situation, right? Because at the end of the day, some of this is choices. Some people make choices to stay in situations that they don't need to be in, right? Sometimes there are situations that people can't get themselves out of, and we do know that, but sometimes we have to, not all the time, situational, right? But we definitely have to, evaluate the situation, do our best to interject, be there for the person, comfort them, talk to them, be there as a listening ear. And it was funny because I had a conversation with a friend about a week or so ago, and you know how you are with your friends. Sometimes when people say things, the first thing we find ourselves with our friends being judgmental, right? And my friend said to me, she said, girl, I had to hold my tongue. And I said, why? She's like, I was about to be real judgmental, but I decided to shut up for once. And I said, she said, I was mad. I was boiling like a firecracker, but I kept my mouth shut because I did not want to, I knew the person needed somebody to talk to, and I did not want to, cause them any grief. You know what I mean? So I just let them listen. So I said, I can understand that. I said, but I know it really hurt you, But yeah, so when people be running around calling people angry, and angry black woman and angry white woman and angry Hispanic woman, no, that's not what's going on. It's just that we have situations that happen, and you're not going to call me out of my name. Just as simple as that. And and we got to hold our ground to that, right? And so the next type of anger we're going to talk about displaced anger, right? So displaced anger, let me tell y'all, we see displaced anger all the time. Displaced anger is when you are upset by someone and you do not respond to the actual person that has caused the problem, but respond in a negative and aggressive manner towards someone else who was not even involved. Okay, so the displaced anger, y'all know when y'all go to work, right? Or go out somewhere, somebody tick you off. Okay, somebody stole your parking space, for example, and you take it out on somebody else at your house. We not doing that. The people at home did not deserve that, right? So that's how I formed my outlet program. I came out with my outlet program because I felt that people needed a ventilation program to help them overcome some of the things that they're experiencing. Because the thing is, displaced anger, that's something we all got. When people piss us off, we take it out on the world. It's not the world's fault we angry. It's not the world's fault that the situation happened. We got to learn how to not make what happened out there somebody else's problem in here, and it's like so funny because I think about a situation that wasn't, the person wasn't angry, but the incident in itself is, I still laugh about it. And Gossip and Heifers, y'all know what I'm about to say. Y'all know about this incident because y'all watched it too. Somebody we know was on live one day, and I don't know what they was thinking, but they just pushed somebody off of a bicycle. I know it's not funny, y'all, but it was just like, but that is what I'm talking about in regards to a form of displaced anger. You know what I mean? Where it was just like, I think the person on the bike tried to take the parking space, and yeah, the next thing I know, that dude was on the ground. And it was just like, and watching it, it was like, did that just happen? But it did, and it did. Cold World, you had to see it. I'm telling you, it was just like, oh my God. And it wasn't that. And I mean, they didn't hit him with the car. They pushed him off the bike with their hand. Marley, I think you was in that live that day too. And the person just topped over. And they said, next time you get out my space. But however the case may be, it was what it was. But that's displaced anger. That's a form of it. You come home from work or whatever, or you go to work. Let's say you go to work. Somebody pissed you off at home. You ain't fixed breakfast and you didn't fix nobody no lunch. You go to work and start yelling at your coworkers, yelling at your clients, yelling at if you're a teacher, yelling at the school kids. You see displaced anger a lot in schools. Now, y'all know, y'all been around these schools before. You see that a lot there. You see displaced anger pretty much everywhere you go. And so with that, just being able to put the anger where it needs to go, being able to sit down, take a few minutes, recollect your thoughts before moving on and talking about that stuff, before doing all of those things to folks, you know what I mean? Just being able to have time to to process what happened without harboring those negative feelings and moving on, to a situation that's causing people strife. Okay. And so, yeah. So now, no, y'all know that's the number one trigger word. Y'all know that's our number one trigger word, right? Saying no to people. People get so upset when they hear that word. No, let me tell y'all, no means next opportunity. Being able to move forward with the next opportunity. You know what I mean? Don't look at no as a negative word. Look at it as what was going on. I asked them, they told me no, but I'm going to move forward to the next person and talk to them, because it's obvious that what I thought was right is not right. That's not right for me. So I'm going to move forward and go over this side to do what's right for, and ask them. Because where they told me no, these people over here might tell me yeah. And it might be right for me. I don't know what the heck's going on out there. And so there, and so that's a situation that next opportunity. Yeah, because the thing is, it's just like we sit there, we expect people to say yes. Let me tell y'all a little secret. When somebody tell you no, they don't have to give you a reason. Shocker. They don't have to tell you a reason why. If they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. And they don't have to give you a reason why. You just accept it and you move on. You accept the no, you move on, and that's that. Now, at that point, you know how far to take that individual. You know what to do next. Because some people ain't, how can I put it? You'll have people that ride with you, and then you got some people that won't ride with you, right? So it's basically being able to know who your riders are and who they not. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't for everybody. And that's what we got to understand too. Another situation that always comes up is people talking about, hey Tika, I tell my kids that how we say question asked and answered, move on. Yes. I mean, and you right, spiritual, that's how it is. You have to say, once you get that answer, you move on. You don't sit there and harbor. And some people will sit back and harbor a lot of ill will, a lot of energy, negative energy because of that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you have to, exactly, acceptance. Learn to accept. Exactly, Cold World. You got to learn to accept it. And it's so sad because so many people don't know to accept, things that is, things like this. You know what I mean? When somebody says no. Now, another situation that came up, that comes up along with anger, that causes people a lot of anger, when people talk about them, right? It ain't none of your damn business. Somebody was talking about you and you find it's none of your business what they said about you. That's their opinion anyway. And that's something that a lot of people, sit back and upset themselves and think about too, and that caused them a lot of ill will. Don't stress out about that. Don't stress out about that. I mean, there's other things to worry about, and that's not it. I see a lot of things, and it's so funny because I see a lot of things in real life and on virtual life. I see a lot of things that happen, and I see a lot of people getting caught in their feelings and about different things that's going on. And my thing is, number one, half these people you might not meet in real life, okay? The people that you connect with on social media, some of them you may form a friendship with where they actually have your real phone number, not calling you from the DM number, but then you got some people that still want to call you from the DM number, and that's fine too, whatever, that do know you in real life. That's just what they do. But at the end of the day, just being able, once you formulate that friendship with them, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, you don't have to carry on that. You know what I mean? Because people just be, honestly, people be doing the most. Tika, you're right. People talked about Jesus, not Christ. Excuse me. People talked about Jesus. What makes us think we're better than him? Exactly. But a lot of people, people do get caught up in their feelings, and they just be, they get emotional, about some of the things, and I look at some of the, okay, so one of the things that ticks me off a lot is when I see people coming for people's family on social media. Them people's family ain't did nothing to you. And in my opinion, it takes a weak person who doesn't have a strong vocabulary. My thing is, there's a lot of people out there that know how to dish it out, but they sure as hell don't know how to take it. Okay, and I think that is ridiculous. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to play the dozens, right, and you don't know how to if you don't know how, don't do it. Don't do it. Because sometimes people think they say things to get a laugh. Ain't nobody laughing. And then when somebody come at you and knock you off your pedestal, then you standing there looking like a dumbass. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So just be mindful of stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it just makes no sense. Some lives, yeah, you're right, spiritual. Some lives in their feelings. Yeah, some people are in their feelings. They ridiculous. Girl, you so right, T. If they don't have a backbone, leave folks. Exactly. But the thing is, it's so many people that don't have backbones, right? You see them doing the most. And it's just like, are you serious? And again, we have to, it's like we all talk about energy and the energy that we let into our circles, right? We have to protect our energy at all costs. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Exactly. But the thing is, people don't know that law, Marley. They know it, but it's in the back of their mind. They forgot all about that. They think they can talk to people and treat them like trash, and they supposed to accept that shit. No, we not doing that. We not doing that in 22. We ain't doing it in 23, and we ain't doing it in 30. We ain't doing it none of it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it doesn't go far to be kind. You can be kind to people. You know what I mean? You could definitely be kind to people. It's okay to be kind to people. You don't have to be so mean. And there's a lot of people out there, that are mean. In fact, people tell me I'm mean, believe it or not. Because, look, I'm one of them Libras. I do have that side. But at the end of the day, yeah, I let folks know real quick what's acceptable and what's not, because common sense is not very common, girl. And some people just grew, but they weren't raised. So I always spell it out for people real clear what I'm going to tolerate. Girl, you said a whole mouthful spiritual, because you said something that is definitely... Common sense is not very common, and some people just grew, but they were not raised. Ain't that something? That right there. Yeah, family is definitely off limits. Family is off limits. Making obscene phone calls is off limits too. Alex, I find that hard to believe. I don't think you're an asshole to some people. I find that hard to believe. Oh, okay to be kind, not mean spirited. Yeah, there's so many people out there that is mean spirited. They're freaking ridiculous. But at the end of the day, we have to, we definitely have to educate people. But the thing is, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: for those people that haven't grew, here's the thing: it ain't our job to grow them. Hello. It's not our job to grow them. We ain't got that kind of time. I can't raise you. That should have been done. That should have been done a long time ago. But I think, I know that's part of the problem that we have out here in these streets today. A lot of people who were not raised, they just grew up and they grew up and they grew up and grew out and went outside and just acting a royal fool. Hello, Bree Harris. How are you? They just go out and just act a royal fool. You know what I mean? And at this point, is everybody else that has to suffer. And that's not fair to none of us. That's not fair to none of us. So, But yeah, so yeah, I think we had a good little anger management session this evening. Gave y'all little tidbits on anger management, and let y'all know, show y'all, bring y'all a little bit of my world of what I do, talking a little bit about anger and how I help people. Now, how many of y'all think y'all don't have anger? You can answer that in the comments, because everybody I know says, I ain't got no anger. And then they be the first ones turning it up and turning it out. And I'll be like, are you serious? Everybody got a little bit in them. Just a little bit. Not a lot. Just a little bit. One thing I will tell y'all about anger that I tell people, just don't get caught. You get caught 3 to 5 years. Shut up, Danielle. My cousin will hear how about some crickets. Yes, you did get some good pointers, but there are some people that need to be in this room. Girl. So what you trying to say, Michelle, is like all 7 angers rolled up into one? Because if someone pushes the right buttons, they'll see exactly. If somebody pushes your buttons, they'll get to see it. But the thing is, we don't want nobody pushing our buttons. Hey, DJ Cricket, what's up? We don't want nobody pushing the buttons. We want people to leave us alone so that we don't have to worry about being angry and showing up and showing out, But the thing is, one thing we've all learned, people don't care. They don't care. They want us to show them a side of ourselves that shut up, Cricket. I'm about to want no trouble. Look, I know you don't want no trouble, Cricket. I know you don't want no trouble. Look, but the thing is, it's like we see that this happens. You know what I mean? People do the most. And it's like, yeah, they push, they provoke, they do a whole lot of things, right? And bottom line is, they think they're in the right. And then here's the kicker. They sit back and they do one of these things. They try to pacify it. Okay? And try to make it like, how can I put it? Look for an excuse for their behavior, right? And when they look for the excuse for the behavior, well, you made me do it. I ain't make you do a damn thing. You did what you did because that's what you chose.
Recording in progress.
That's what you chose to do. Right? And that's just how it is. You did what you did because that's what you chose to do. And people fail to realize that, right? They play victim all the time. Look, these folks, they will. Tika, that's been your motto since we was in college. Never let them see you. Never let them see you sweat. We need to stop allowing others to. Janelle, you a therapist, so you know exactly. And that's the number one thing we need to stop doing. Allowing people to control our emotions. They try to control our emotions, and they, do all this extra stuff. And then we look up and we in a whole situation with this. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, Danielle, really, I'm in church. You are preaching tonight. No, my thing is just being able to say what I say and just talk about some of the things that we people have been going through, that everybody has been going through, right? Because it's just ridiculous. Yes, it is passive aggressive, and we are in control of our own behaviors, as well as we're in control how we behave with it. We're in control with our behaviors. We can control of this right here too, this mouthpiece, right? Because at the end of the day, our mouthpiece gets us in trouble too. Our mouthpiece can get us in trouble too, just like the best of them, right? And so we got to be able to monitor what we do. One thing I, always share with my clients is, number one, you do something to turn up on these streets, right? That'll get you 3 to 5 years in jail. Is anybody worth that? You know what I mean? Let's call a spade a spade. Is anybody worth your freedom? No. I mean, I got stories for days, on situations that has happened that people say that can't happen, that's not real. But at the end of the day, it is, and right, Tika, that's why you pick and choose your battles. You have to pick and choose your battles wisely, because if you don't, you will end up in a situation, and the thing is, some people think it's funny to see you all turned up. It's not funny. It is easy to get in trouble, but hard to get out. Tell me about it. Look, getting in trouble is the same as I'm gonna tell y'all, getting in trouble is the same as being on a diet. You gonna get back to me on that one, spiritual? Let me tell y'all, let me say, you sit down, you eat that food, right? Eat, gain that weight, right? Now it's time to lose the weight, right? Hard to lose that damn weight. Same with anger. You get yourself in any kind of legal trouble that was based off of your anger that turned into rage and aggression. The same way trying to lose weight is hard. It's hard to get the hell out of that trouble. It takes a long, long time. Yes, all actions have consequences, good or bad. Yup. And that's what I tell people. Life is like Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is a reaction. And yeah, I took it to Sir Isaac Newton, y'all. I used to work for the Franklin Institute, and I always used that as my example. You know what I mean? For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay? And know that some reactions is good, some reactions is bad. But at the end of the day, you really have to be mindful about it, right? Because you don't want to be put in one of those situations where that action has cost you your life, whether it's imprisonment, whether it's death. You don't want to be put in a situation where it's cost you your family. Okay? So you got to be mindful, of how you treat people. My thing is, I tell you one time, you got your warning. I tell you again, I don't do 3 times. If I got to tell you 3 times, it's a situation. I'm not going to do it. And so at that point, that's when you have to start, that's what, for me, that's when I start backing away and moving away to the point where I'm just like, I'm not riding with you. I'm not fucking with you, because I know if I say something to you again, it's going to be a situation, and I'm not trying to do that. So rather than have that, I just back away. It's okay to remove yourself. Okay. It's okay. Remove yourself and be okay with removing yourself, right? It's okay. Because a lot of people think that they got to stay and entertain it. You ain't got to stay and entertain, especially on social media. Let me tell y'all, you ain't got to entertain none of this nonsense that's going on there. You know what I mean? Especially if you enter some of these rooms and it'd be some shit going on. All I can do is laugh. You know what I mean? Just be mindful of the rooms that you're entering, and the things that you're doing. Because the thing is, you don't want to be put in a situation that you're just like, like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? What I will give y'all, though, I'm going to give y'all some tips, though. I'm going to give y'all some tips for anger and stress. Okay, Classic C. Jim said, realistically, does not always happen the same between cultures. Hello. Unfortunately, overall anger is anger and have to be in control and not allow others to control it. Exactly. You control yourself. You can't allow others to control you. Others can't control you. You control yourself. Classic C Gems hit the nail with the hammer. Anger is anger, and you have to be in control. Sometimes I watch in silence and then shock. Yeah, you know what? I do too. Because the thing is, Barley, some of the stuff I see in social media, I'll be in here crying. I'll be laughing so daggone hard. It just shocks the hell out of me. Because I'm like, if this happened in real world, real life out on these streets, these folks would be got. Easy. Real easy. All right, so let me give y'all some tips real quick. So, the first tip for anger and stress, right? Number one, remain calm and take a deep breath, okay? Number two, never respond when you angry. Oh my God, if somebody turn you up, don't stop. Just you gotta control that. Tika, you right. When others alter your emotions, they're in control of you. You got that right. And the thing is, we don't need nobody in control of us. Yeah, exactly. Cold World would have been like the man on a bicycle. Exactly, tossed off. You know, the third tip that I'm gonna give y'all for anger and stress: think before you respond. Okay, a lot of people don't have that self control. You have to be in control of your response because it can cause a lot of problems if you're not, right? Number four, experience and practice relaxation skills. You know, exercise, meditation. They have that thing, the app called the Calm app that has a lot of meditation stuff, right? But what I'm going to tell y'all is this. YouTube. YouTube has a lot of calming music, meditation. You can learn so much on YouTube, girls and boys. Y'all can go to the YouTube University and get all the information that y'all need, right? Number five, take time out and develop a solution. Developing a solution works a whole hell of a lot more than leaving it where it's at, right? Number seven, humor. Humor relaxes the body and releases tension. I like to laugh, and I have a lot of people on here that I laugh a lot with. You know, I laugh a lot with Alex and Tika and Gossip and Heifers. I be cracking up with my people, okay? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of y'all on here that I be cracking up with. You know, I love, when I look at the connection that I made, which is not too big of a connection that I have on here, but big enough for me. Look, let me tell y'all make me crack up. I be laughing, okay? We get along very well, and I find it quite amusing, some of the things that we talk to, right? We talk about and things like that, Okay, so the next tip, next tip is take time out, develop a solution, remove yourself from the situation. You don't have to have the situation going on. Remove yourself from the situation. Tell them, look, I'm going to go over here, think about what I'm doing, and it is what it is. And then I'll come back and we'll talk about this and we'll hash it out. Because I don't need to be doing all that, Yeah, I know, Gossip Heifers, I don't know what the hell, why they throw you out. Y'all ain't say nothing ratchet. All right. Now, humor, believe it or not, relaxes your body. So when you be laughing and stuff, that relaxes the body. Let me tell you all about it. It puts you in a whole calm state. It makes you feel good. It makes you, think about, like, So that's definitely, something that we want to, you want to keep in mind. Don't raise your voice. Now, people have trouble with raising their voices, right? Don't raise your voice. My thing is, you can keep your same calm tone. You ain't got to turn it up. You ain't got to be screaming up. All that screaming and yelling and all of this hands and all that. Let me tell y'all, when we doing all that, right, all that does is exert all our energy, right? It exerts our energy. It tires us out to the point where we just like, you know what? Let me go sit my ass down. I done had enough. You know what I mean? So don't even do that. Now, don't hold on to a grudge. So many people hold grudges with people. Let's not hold grudges. Let's let that grudge go and let these people move on with their life. You know what I mean? Holding on to that negative situation, all it do is cause stress. You know what I mean? Yes, purposely exercise, everything she said. Yeah, exercising. You know what I mean? I was watching. Okay, so y'all know me. I like to watch mindless TV, right? So one of the mindless shows I used to watch was Basketball Wives, and I just remember one of the women on there. She used exercise as her healing, right? And she got down so hard. She had lost so much weight. I was so proud of her. But that's the thing. That's what, you set your mind on a goal. You do what you got to do. You work it out, burn it out, and you go ahead and you lose that weight. Do what you got to do, right? Now, next step is, here's one that a lot of people don't do, that I think folks need to start doing. Stay in your lane. Know when to address issues that's not relating to you. If it ain't relating to you, leave it alone. Only address issues that are addressing you. So, in other words, mind your business. Minding the business is, let me tell you, minding business is like, that's something that a lot of people don't do. You spend so much time minding other people's business that they don't mind their own damn business. That's a whole problem, right? Now, another thing that people do, one of the freest things you could do, right, is pay attention. Y'all heard what I said, right? The freest thing you could do is pay attention. Paying attention comes with a cost, right? And at the same time, paying attention and minding your business, they go hand in hand. Mind your own business. I mean, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, what they doing is what they doing. What you doing is what you doing. Focus on yourself. You find this in relationships. You find this in business. You find it all over the place. And that's why people have all the problems they have, because they minding other people's business. They ain't focused on themselves. All right. Now, next, I statements. When you have situations, right, stick to the I statements. Don't put the blame on others. Be able to accept the responsibility for your actions within the situation. Okay? Because it's not always the other person. Everybody has to be able to take ownership. Ownership is key when we have situations that happen, you know. So just know when to take ownership. And if you minding your own business, you shouldn't have anything to take ownership of, because you focused on you. And if you was focused on you, you ain't got to worry about all that, right? So, you know, and granted, we know sometimes that be 100 no victim statements in 2020. Child, look, if you didn't learn nothing from Janet Jackson's documentary last night, you learned that she never played victim to any of the things that happened to her, right? It takes a big person to not play victim. Okay, because there's so many people out here that play victim for so many things. You know what I mean? And, you know, I had a situation happen about a week or so ago, and a statement was made, you know, to me about something. And I was on the phone looking at the other end like, is you out your damn mind? You know what I mean? And it made me, you know, and it made me start thinking to myself and saying, you know, yeah, people will find a way to become a victim, right? But at the end of the day, we not doing that. We not playing victim. Not with Miss Tyra. Because I don't do victim. You know, and it was just like so funny because I shared it with with like two people, and I shared it with a man and I shared it with a woman, and they looked at me and they was just like, that bitch crazy. And I was just like, and all I could do is start laughing. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, my thing is I'm not trying to be right, but I'm just trying to say it ain't me, right? Like, no, they trying to play victim. They got this narcissism thing going on. They want to be a victim. You can't play victim and play heroine all at the same damn time. Better pick a team. That's an issue that a lot of people have. They don't know how to pick teams. They too busy being switch hitters. So, but that's a whole nother topic within themselves. So we can cover switch hitters on another day. All right. So lastly, we're going to talk about knowing when to seek help. When you feel like you're in a situation, it's okay to be able to seek professional help for the things that become tough to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, Tika, you're right. You're the architect of your own despair. And yeah, and that's it. I mean, I just, you know, I'm glad I didn't have a guest tonight. I'm glad I was able. I'm glad I, you know, thunk on my feet for once. And said, let me talk about anger management and tell y'all about what really goes down in my world. You know, some people I see be angry, and some people be mildly angry, you know, but where people don't think they're angry, everybody has a little bit of something, just a little bit, whether it's angry because the neighbors let their dog shit all over your property, or whether it's angry because people just do things, but right about now, this day and age, we see people becoming angry for no reason. I'm sure a lot of you probably seen on the news the other day. I don't know, y'all might have seen it on the news the other day. A young lady, it happened here actually in Pennsylvania. The young lady accidentally bumped the man with the shopping cart. He went back to the house and shot and killed her. Followed her home and shot and killed her or something. That happened here the other day. Anger for no reason at all. You know what I mean? Hey, Nikki, the chosen one, how are you? And the thing is, nobody got time for that. You know what I mean? Nobody has time for that. We definitely, these is conversations. Thank you, Gossip and Heifers. Thank you, Marley. The thing is, we need, I'm dead serious, Tika. It happened. It happened on Thursday or Friday of this week. And it was so funny because they showed the videotape of what happened in the store, and it actually looked like the guy was, it looked like he was following her in the store. And that's what was puzzling. That video just didn't look right and sit well. But the idea that you take your ass outside the store, sit in your car, follow this young woman home, and then start shooting at her house and shooting them. I'm not sure if they passed or not. And I think it was just her that got shot. I know somebody else was in the house, and I know the neighbor's home got some bullets on their house as well. But the idea that somebody got just that mad that she bumped into him. That's the one, Marley, the one where he said she bumped into her with damn cart. And I didn't even see a cart. I just seen a girl walking. But the idea that, people are getting, and that was the thing. And when we watched the video, we saw the young lady apologizing for bumping into him. She apologized, but her apology wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? So shooting at her is over a damn bump. And I'm not talking about bump with a car. I'm talking about people bumping to each other all the time. So my thing is, you keep yourself in the house. If that's a problem, you stay in the house. Don't come out at all. That's how we doing that. But with that being said, the goal is to be able to maintain control of our anger and being able to, have these conversations. If anybody has any topics, or anything that they want to share about anger and, how, or have any questions about anger, feel free to let me know. Yeah, D, they losing their minds, girl. They are really on one, honey. Really on one. Accidental at the wild. No, I mean, they losing their minds, and it's just like, where is it coming from? You know what I mean? At this point, because it's just like, we just keep seeing things keep happening over and over and over again. So all we can say is we just see what happens. Keep all these people in prayer. At this point, because it's getting rough out here on these streets. You definitely have to be super careful. So if anybody has any questions or comments, if you want you could jump in now and we could talk about it or whatever before I go signing off. But you know what? I'm going to give an affirmation for myself today. Yeah, child, please. I blow my horn at somebody the other day. Child, my mother looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, get the hell out of the way. Yeah, we got to watch ourselves with that one, though. Girl. Look, I finally picked up the license after what? How many months was that? I got it in July, and I just got the license in December. That was a whole fiasco. Whew. But got it done. Finally got it done. So yes, Tika, you are 100% right. It's like you got to, because these folks is on some other stuff. So, let's see. What's the affirmation for the day? Um, we gotta look, keep it. What? I know. Alright, so. Alright, so the affirmations for the day is ba 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 da. We're gonna get an affirmation for the live, and then I'm gonna start talking about. Oh, I said I would try these cookies on live tonight so y'all can see what these taste like. Alright, so our affirmation for this evening is I watch for opportunities to take action. So I watch for opportunities to take action because you know what? When we watch for opportunities to take action, we gotta be ready. Be ready, stay ready. And a lot of times people don't realize that sometimes the opportunity may come your way. And if you don't stay ready, it's a problem. You know what I mean? So you always have to stay ready at all costs because you just never know what's going to happen. You don't know who might be watching or who's in your corner and things like that. So you definitely have to stay ready at all times, and know that with staying ready, you have to just be ready when somebody call you. What's up, Rob? How you doing? Hey, Kiara, how are you? Stay ready because you just never know. You never know what might come your way. And at the end of the day, you don't want to be caught off guard. So you definitely got to watch your back at all times. Not trying to say be paranoid or something like that because we ain't trying to promote paranoia. But what we trying to do is make you aware of things that's going on and make you aware of your surroundings. Oh my God. Because a lot of people don't pay attention to what's going on around them, because they have their cell phones in their hand and have everything else. So just always be ready, be ready and stay ready. That's the motto, for 2022, because we got to stay ready. So I'm glad y'all all joined me this evening. So tonight, I'm still selling these Girl Scout cookies, y'all. So I told y'all every time I come on, I try one. Because y'all know I'm not eating this stuff, right? Not like that. Anyway. But tonight's try is the new ones. These are the Adventurefuls. So we got the Adventurefuls, right? Oh, that was my song, Rob. That was my song, the motto by Drake. But yeah, stop. I know I really need to because I said I wasn't doing that too. I was living my life like you, not doing this stuff. But check it out. Okay, so these are the Adventurefuls, y'all. And so these Adventurefuls, I don't know if Danielle's still on. These are the brownie-inspired cookies with caramel-flavored cream and a hint of sea salt. So that's what this year's crack is. Danielle, did you want to cam up, Danielle? She talking about they delicious. Did you want to cam up? All right, I'm going to bring you on. Oh, wait a minute, wrong way. Y'all know I hate that we got to go up. So, I don't know. There she goes.
Hey, Vera. So thank everybody
Yeah.
for buying your cookies. You said thank you?
Thank you.
So this is little Vera, y'all. She's been selling the Girl Scout cookies. This is who I've been selling the Girl Scout cookies for. So, yeah, tell us about how you like being a Girl Scout. Like being a Girl Scout? Yeah or no?
Yeah.
Bless you. Tell us about it.
I like selling cookies.
Girl Scouts are selling cookies? How are you? That's all you like is selling cookies? Really?
Yeah. I'm good.
Well, yeah, so you just worked on a bed yesterday.
Do you like it? Yeah, do you like it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You have to stand up so they can see. They can't see your baby.
You got 7. Oh, look at you. You patched out, little girl. Thanks, Rob. Emery beat it. Move it, sir.
Move it, mister.
Move it, mister.
Yeah.
Don't knock him.
Your sister's turn. So yes, say this is my first year. I'm a
Yes.
Daisy.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is my first year.
Okay.
I did it!
Well, that's good.
Oh.
Actions on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know
Yeah.
I get in the morning.
Yes, getting ready for school.
Tomorrow you gotta go to school.
Hey, hey, oh, hey,
Well, I'm not going to
hey, oh,
everybody to see you and for you to thank everybody for buying cookies.
oh.
All right,
Thank
Bug. I will
you.
talk to y'all later.
Ask her if she said
Yeah,
say, do you like
Yeah, I like the
Do you like
cookies.
the
I think
cookies?
everybody likes the cookies.
Aye,
But
aye,
this one was a little for me. This Adventures, it has a nice taste, but it's kind of hard.
Do you like? Did you try the
That's-
Fitbits?
We love the
I like the
you
lemon
like the lemon
cookies.
cookies, but don't you eat too many
I
lemon
like the
cookies.
lemon cookies. Yeah. Can I get out?
she said, "Mommy, can I
You
have
know, it's
one?"
7:30. It's time for you to go to bed. Worrying about a cookie. Mhm.
Right. That's enough cookies. Thank you.
I'm gonna let you live and I'll talk to you later on, Peter. Right.
Yes, let the
Bye.
boy
I'll
run
let
off.
y'all out.
All right.
Bye.
All right. That little Vera who was selling the girls, who I'm selling the Girl Scout cookies for, coming through. Thank all y'all for purchasing cookies. And so I think she was nervous before, but am I still breaking? I know I had to grab that damn thing. It's a nice tasty cookie. Don't get that last week I ate. Who was it? Still my favorite. Like, I'm a thin myself. So live button keeps blinking. Does it still sound choppy? Hella choppy? I don't know what the hell's going on. You know, if you want me to throw off, they want to chop. Also, it's a good cookie to eat. Beer, you know. Anybody want any cookies? Hit me up. I will talk to all of you lovely people on the IG streets later on. Since I know I'm still choppy. So I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.